So you're thinking about changing your motorcycle tires, but you're not sure whether you should be changing them at this point, and if you do change them, which ones should you be switching to? In this video, we're going to be talking about the basics of changing, installing, and breaking in your new tires. I'm Augie F. Welcome to the channel. Now, first up, let's talk about when you should be changing your tires. Your tires have tire wear indicators built into them. If this tire wear indicator is either nearing or level with the surface of your tire, it's time you consider changing them. Another reason to consider changing your tires is when they start to square off. And by that I mean when the center of your tire starts to have a flat surface versus the sides of your tire which have a more roundish profile. It usually means that you've covered quite a few kilometers on them, and the shape of your tire kind of determines that you've been riding in a straight line for most of the time. Now, it's nothing to be ashamed about. Most of us ride in the city and we can't really be conning in city conditions. At least I hope we're not. This could affect the handling of your motorcycle, so it's better that you change your tire now versus experiment with a worn out tire. Now, you've made the decision to change the tires on your motorcycle, but if you're confused about what tire size would best suit your motorcycle, the good news is the information is already available on your existing set of tires. Your tire walls have information on them that will help you make that decision. The first set of numbers we're going to look at is the 150/60/R17. Let's understand what each of these mean. 150 indicates the width of your tire in millimeters. The 60 indicates the height of the motorcycle tire side wall. Now understand that this is not 60 millimeters, it's 60% of the 150 millimeter width, which in this case is 90 millimeters. So in the case of this tire, it's a 150 millimeter wide tire and a 90 millimeter side wall. The R at the side of that refers to the tire type, and in this case, it's a radial tire. And the 17 following that is the size of the rim that the tire will fit on. So in this case, it's a 17-inch rim. Now the information following that is what confuses a lot of people, 66H. This indicates the load bearing capacity of the tire and the speed rating of the tire. These two charts should help you understand what each of those numbers indicate and what speeds and what weight the tire can support. In this case, the tire can support a weight of up to 300 kgs and a top speed of up to 210 kilometers an hour. If that sounds interesting, there's a lot more to share with you. The sidewall also has information about the week and the year in which your tire was manufactured. This might not be important right now, but we'll talk about it in detail a little later. Also, a lot of us will consider putting wider tires on our motorcycle, and while this may make the motorcycle look better, it will definitely affect the handling. By how much? Well, that depends on what kind of motorcycle you ride and how wide your new tires are. I recommend sticking with the stock size tire of your motorcycle because that's what the motorcycle manufacturer has recommended. But if you are considering switching to a wider tire, make sure you do some research before trying that out. Okay then, now that we've decided to change our tires, let's head on over to the tire shop. Alright, we're here at Taurus Tires to get the new tires fitted onto the motorcycle. There's a few things you need to keep in mind when selecting the new tires. Firstly, the shelf life. Now, motorcycle tires will normally have a shelf life of about 3 years, provided they are stored in the right conditions. Usually, tire manufacturers would give you a warranty as well with the motorcycle tires. CEAT is one of the tire manufacturers that offers a 6-year warranty with their motorcycle tires. The next thing you want to pay close attention to is the size of your motorcycle tires. We've already discussed what the numbers on the side of your motorcycle tire refers to, so use that information to pick the right tire size. Finally, and probably most importantly, make sure that the tires are installed correctly, so the rotation arrows are pointed in the right direction when you have your motorcycle tires installed. You'd be surprised about how many people install their tires incorrectly, and that can cause a lot of problems. Understand that the duties of your tires are a little different. The front tire is more for handling and braking. The rear tire does most of the accelerating duty. So if they are not installed correctly, there's going to be some kind of complication you'll face eventually. Now, we've spoken a lot about tire wear, the information on the side walls of your tire, and how to get your tires installed. I think it's about time we do some riding. Let's get to it. Alright, city review time. This is what my daily commute to work looks like. And we're going to talk about a few things which you need to keep in mind when you're breaking in the new tires. Yes, just like your engine, your new tires have to be broken in. Now, most people think that when they get a new set of tires, that gives them the license to go out and ride aggressively, corner with a lot more lean angle, and take a lot more risks than they were taking on their worn out tires. The truth is that it works a little differently. Now, keep in mind that your motorcycle tires have come freshly out of a mold which has shaped them. The break-in period is purely to be able to kind of scuff in the new tires and get them to be a little more grippy than they currently are. So certain precautions to be taken when breaking in a new set of tires: don't lean too much, don't accelerate too hard, and don't brake too aggressively. Now, how long does it take for a new set of tires to be broken in, you ask? Well, it depends on the kind of tire you're using and the purpose they're being used for. We're using road tires, which take usually about 200 to 300 kilometers to be completely broken in. Now, this not only gives your tire some time to be broken in, it also gives you some time to be able to adjust to the new tires and their capabilities. Now, not everyone who buys a motorcycle and invests in a good pair of motorcycle tires wants to be riding it through the city like this, especially through this kind of traffic with these kind of drivers around. Some of us like to get out and explore a little more onto the highways. So let's just break these tires in and then catch up on a weekend ride, shall we? Alright then, it's a Sunday morning. I'm riding back from Lonavala after a short breakfast ride that I just did, and I must say I'm really happy with the way these tires have been broken in. I've been riding on straights like this one, on the twisties at Khopoli Ghat, and the tires performed brilliantly over there. Now, while riding in the city is challenging in itself, I think riding on the highway or touring poses its own set of challenges also. Your roads, the environment you're riding in keeps on changing, and in moments like that, your level of confidence in the grip that your tire offers will really make or break your ride. Alright, so we're done riding with these motorcycle tires now for the best part of 600 odd kilometers. I must say that I'm really impressed by it, as is Doggo over here. These tires, by the way, are the CEAT Zoomrad X1 tires, which have recently been launched. The good news is that they come in the same size as the stock tires on the RC390. So you have 110/70 in the front and 150/60 at the rear. What I like is that they've given it a nice round profile, so cornering isn't as difficult as you think it would be on these tires. They've also given it a very aggressive tread pattern, which means that in the monsoons it should be able to dissipate water a lot easier and make for very grippy tires in those conditions. These are H-rated tires, which means that they can support speeds of up to 210 kilometers an hour. And while I have not pushed my motorcycle to its limit today, I must say that I was never really hesitant to ride a little faster with these tires, because they had grip available throughout and it never really got unstable at any point in time. Now, if you're interested in finding out more information about these tires, I'd urge you to click on the first link in the description of this video, which will take you to the site which has more information about these specific CEAT Zoomrad X1 tires. Alright, that's pretty much all I had for today. Thank you again so much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you did not, share feedback. As always, at least wear your helmets while riding your motorcycles and make sure that your tires are in good condition, and ride safe. It's a freaking jungle out there. Goodbye.